welcome. Last episode, we talked about bodies, and we sadly got 3 bodies on us. And 3 of my Pokemon died, which is the most depressing thing. And it kind of reminded me of a show that recently came out with season 3. And I think is a very interesting show to speak on because of the fact that it has similar tropes and deep meaning like any one of these movies I am speaking to you about. And that show is Squid Games. Everyone knows Squid Games is a show that has adults playing childish games to the point that they will die if they do fuck up in any of these games. But I think that itself is very much the surface level idea behind Squid Games. And I want to get a little bit deeper behind what is Squid Games, what are they actually talking about, the meaning behind it, stuff like that. Because I do think that it is viable to understand what Squid Games is truly about. Let's see, what do I want to do first? Maybe Blackout. Wait, is Blackout a... What are you? You're a ghost, okay, so that wouldn't have done shit. So one of the things that when it comes to Squid Games, the idea behind it that I always think about is that the show starts off with the idea of, okay, why aren't I attacking? God. Ink! Fuck! Oh my god. I'm just losing so many people when I'm trying to like talk about a show. Why can't I hit the Zigzagoon? What's happening right now? Oh, now I hit Zigzagoon? Like, it makes no sense. It's crazy. Oh, yeah, get frozen. What's up? Okay, I'm just gonna protect. Oh my god. How? You were frozen, bitch! How did you kill me? Oh my god. I'm trying to do a freaking TV show review and I'm dying out here uncontrollably. It's insane. Oh my god. I mean, it's very on point with the show, but like, holy shit, this is insane. This battle should not be this hard. Oh my god. Lady Rose, don't speak to me. You just slaughtered my whole entire fucking team. God damn. I'm gonna have 2 Pokemon at the end of this battle. Okay, who died? I just need to like recuperate right now. Oh my god. Poop is turning out to be a pretty solid Pokemon as well. Poop too. Like, that's just unfortunate. Okay. Let's get into Squid Games. A slightly more positive topic when it comes to this shit. So the thing with Squid Games is that they're talking about the power structures and the difficulties that happen in South Korea when it comes to people taking out so many loans, people taking out so many debt, struggling with finances because of how the culture is over there. I'm not sure if it's due to a flexing style culture or is there a particular reason why some people are in debt, or maybe it's unlivable wages being presented to so many people and they simply have to just live in debt, which is helping run and fund their society overall. Very similar to like an American perspective when it comes to how majority of us are making $50,000 a year and many people are unable to actually live with an affordable wage. These are some of the standard stuff that we notice as parallels between Korea and, let's say, America. So you go a little bit deeper into that. We see the main guy himself who is super into debt, who is a compulsive gambler because of the fact he's trying to get that quick win to ensure that he can take care of his daughter and his family. But obviously we know what occurs in these times when it comes to gambling. The only people that win in gambling is the house itself. And sadly, he gambled his whole entire monies away to the point that he now is desperate into getting into the Squid Games type shit. Okay, let me see if I caught a Pokemon in 117. So now when it comes to the idea behind the show, what's so fascinating is that you see how he tries to help people out. And obviously this is spoilers for anyone who has not seen season 1. It's childish games that go into the most brutal way possible, that basically torture the individual as they are winning each challenge. Like every single challenge you win, you see the money go up, but this money that you're getting is blood money. Because the way that you got to this point is that you had many people die in the way for you to get this money. It's a literal metaphor about you talking and saying like, oh, this money is great, I'm getting so much money, but at what cost? You're losing many lives to get this money. It's very much that type of mentality. And you obviously see the elites looking down at them as a spectacle. This is their entertainment. They're super entertained by it. It's very much like what we talked about when it came to the movie Gladiator. It's a spectacle. They're watching you from a higher position that they'd never be a part of, that they put you into, and they're watching you fight amongst each other. And that, I think, is such an interesting topic about the idea behind what is Squid Games and why is Squid Games so relevant to us today. When it comes to all these different type of policies that come out, all these different type of bills and everything that come out, none of them are actually here to benefit us. It's for the uppermost and the lowermost. It's working versus elite. And that's kind of what Squid Games is very much discussing about. That is the meaning behind it in many ways. And that itself is pretty like surface level as an idea on what exactly is the show really trying to get at you and trying to teach you. So as we do progress in the show, we fall in love with a lot of the characters, like the main character. We enjoy seeing him. We're happy to see him, and it's funny seeing him in the initial state where he's smiling for his photo before realizing what game he was in. And in doing so, it's kind of like a new employee coming in, not realizing what work environment they're about to get into. And that to me was very sad to see, because you just see him break down as an individual continuously. Ooh, Whooper! I'm down for a Whooper. Okay, let me do this. Okay, good. Now I should be able to catch Whooper. Now, as you see, as the games progress, there's a lot of manipulation, a lot of backstabbing, a lot of these things, because it's desperation of survival, but it's also desperation to get the money, because they had many chances to leave. But the saddest part is that their lives would never be any better if they did leave. And I'm gonna call Whooper. What's a nickname for Whooper? I'm gonna call you Nelly. So the sad part about this is that because all of them are in their own levels of debt, and because of this fact, now no matter what situation they're in, they can't get any better. Life will never be better for them. They do not know what to do because this money is everything, so they're willing to sacrifice their own lives just to get that extra buck for the potential of making their lives slightly better. And the sad reality is that it'll never truly be better because of the people that they buried in the way of getting this money. And I think that to me is a very interesting topic to talk about with a lot of people. That is what Squid Games is talking to people about. That's what's telling them. It's like, no matter how well you do, if you are killing people in the process, it's not truly worth the money in that way. And as we see the games get down to one person, from like 10 people to 5 people to 3 people to now one person, and we see the winner of the games. And spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, which I'm shocked, because it was one of the biggest shows come out. Spoiler alert, the main guy that we fall in love with in the beginning of the show, we very much awesome, love that. So he basically wins the game, but at what cost? He killed so many people in the meantime. He was struggling, like when it came to what he was basically like doing there, his purpose there, and what he basically achieved out of this. Yes, he won, but at what cost? He lost good people. He lost the girl, what, number 47 I think was the favorite number that a lot of people fell in love with. He lost her. He lost another person who he thought was like this high up individual in like the finance world and everything. That was his friend that eventually died, that he had to kill near the last scene. it's stuff like this that you see that's just heart-wrenching, because no matter how much money he got, and he looked at his bank account, all that money, incredible, and people were going like, oh, he must be so happy to see that. Not really, because for him to get that money, he had to kill many people in tune, even though he's not the direct person to kill them. They made sure that the last challenge, he physically had to kill someone to ensure that he got the money, because it was either him or his friend. And I think that's what's super sad about Squid Games. And what's funny is that when the initial take of the ending came out of Squid Game Season 1, you saw the man have red hair. And if you do not know the symbolism behind the red hair, it's very much talking about the idea of communism. And the red hair symbolizes the communistic flag, talking about how he was a soldier, like he's not a soldier, he was a victim of capitalism. And after he got all the money, he realized that capitalism is what destroyed him, his friendships, destroyed relationships, put him into debt, and put him in a situation that he could not get out of. Yo, levitate on Quacksire? Let's fucking go. So now I only have, I think it's still the same weaknesses, but still, that's dope. I'm fine with that. No need for ground moves to hit me. I don't know if ground's effective on ground, but I'm happy. This is great. Now, with the ending, you obviously see his red hair. People clowned him. The red hair symbolizes communism. And then talking about how he now is realizing that the system that he was a part of, that he won money for, needs to be, okay, I'm genuinely scared now. Okay, I'm not risking anything. Okay, yeah, I'm not risking anything. I do not want this thing to kill me again. Okay, good. Now, when we see the main character come back in Season 2, he was stressed, he was tracked, got all the money in the world, but he's not happy. His depression hasn't changed. He's only gotten more depressed and more sad. And also paranoid because of the fact that he won these games, and he's like, but at what cost? Are the elites going to be looking for me now? Are they going to be trying to get me, or are they trying to recruit me? All those fears pop into his head, and now he's living a life of true torture. And what's so fascinating is that when it comes to him starting in the second games, coming back to try to tell the people, hey, this is bad, this is not it, you guys need to get out of here, do not try to participate in these games. Sadly, all these people went through what he went through. And the saddest part is because now he's a man speaking in privilege. Because of the fact that he won the money. He doesn't have to be there. But he's going out of his way as an individual who is in privilege, trying to say, I went through what you went through. I know what type of debt you're going through. But I need to be here to try to help you, to get you out of the situation, so you don't lose your lives in the process. But it doesn't work that way, because people say, well, if you won, now we have a better advantage. If you won, now we can win too. And that type of mentality very much is what showcased throughout the whole entire season. They literally they have a snake in the first one, they have a snake in the second one, and the sad part is that that snake gets better and better with time. They are really good at being able to convince the main character and screw the main character over as well by assisting him, helping him through the process, yet they're still manipulating him at the same time. Just like an authoritarian figure saying that they're best friends with you, or an elite saying that they understand the struggle of a poor person. It's very much talking about all these different topics. What the fuck? How is that possible? Why? Why did you die? It's not even super effective. Oh my god. Dude, I just got you, man. At this point, the trainers are more deadly than the actual gym leaders. This is so sad. How did Drapion die like that so easily? It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I think the fascinating thing about the Season 1 snake versus Season 2 snake, you realize that the old man was a snake because of the fact, oh my god, I forgot your fucking fairy type. So you realize where initially they were talking about a one union, which is another aspect of, let's say, like communism, forming unions to get workers' rights, etc. And when there's a riot happening, this little key fact, this is an Easter egg, and I'm anti Easter eggs because Easter eggs make you fixate on the wrong thing about the story and plot line itself, and it's very much a gimmick. But one of the Easter eggs that is a deeper meaning in this situation is that the old man referenced that riot, saying he saw the riot on TV. What's funny is that it was very much him being over the building watching the riot happen in front of him, because it probably was a reason that he caused that riot. He was the one that caused all these issues to occur, and he was the one that probably caused all these workers to riot because of the fact that they were not getting equal rights. And that to me was such a giveaway, saying, oh wow, this dude's been a snake. This dude is actually part of the games. He's going to be there to like try to screw over people, and he gets the high and the thrill of being a poor person without actually going through the struggles of being a poor person. I remember there was a study done, not a study, but an experiment done, where this one guy who's a millionaire, wow, Groudon, that's fucking great. I'm going to kill you now. How tanky are you? Okay, that's crazy, but I'm trying to get mass experience with that. But now coming back to that topic, he was looking down at all the people, which is a literal metaphor of him looking down at everyone because of the fact that he is the boss, he's the owner, he's the individual that maybe called the police on all these people. And yeah, this show is really dark. There's no denying that. It's not an easy show to watch, and it's very much a show that if you really look at the deeper meaning behind it, it's very fucked at the end of the day. It's heart-wrenching, and there's no other way to really describe it other than that. But yeah, back to my own sadness, and then my own level of Squid Games blackout. Let's see, okay, that's cool. Because I'm losing everyone, like in Squid Games, as if we're doing the red light, green light game. It's actually depressing. I'm just shocked at how a Roselia can use Hydro Pump and kill off Stella. Okay, you don't have... Okay, I see why now. I get it. But, like, yo, you were leveled up more than it. You should not have lost to her, honestly. Okay, my god. Yo, my death box is getting out of hand right now. This is so sad. Like, look at all these beasts. These are all beasts. Now I'm resorting to poop. This is what I literally have to do in life now. Okay, I'm just gonna train up my Pokemon because I'm not trying to risk anything else now. I'm done with risking shit. I just need to train them up, get it all the experience to the point that all of them can get to the level that they need to. Yo, smoke screen and I still land that shit? Don't even speak to me right now. Don't speak to me. Yo, you can learn Psychic already, huh? Telepathically copies and move permanently. Yeah, see, I can use this, but I'm never going to find a move that's good enough to be able to do this, so I'm not risking that shit. Without, like, losing a Pokemon in the meantime. Kecleon, I hate Kecleon. I think Kecleon is such an annoying Pokemon, and I don't like the fact that it's, like, even a Pokemon. I might be a hater, but I just saw no reason in having Kecleon. Let's see. Okay, Groudon, take you out. Let me use Revenge on you. Okay, easy money. Secret Power, okay. Dragon Claw. And I'll just use Revenge on you, it's fine. Okay, I like that, But yeah, I definitely... I think Mammothswan looks really dumb in this game. Mammothswan looks fire everywhere else except this game. I think it just looks stupid. I love Mammothswan. I think it's definitely one of the better, not even better. In general, I think Gen 4 killed it when it came to, like, a lot of the third evolutions for a lot of Pokemon. Or even second evolutions to just improve on the looks and feels. Weavile, dope as hell. Mammothswan, dope as hell. Magmortar, dope as hell. Electivire, dope as hell. Who else did they do? Probopass, dope as hell. Magnezone, elite. Magnezone to me is the top 5 Pokemon. I would definitely put Magnezone on my team anytime, any day. I love Magnezone. Let's see. Magmarmor, useless. Love that. I would just like some good abilities. That's all I'm asking for. I'm very curious to see when the stupid poop evolves and to see if it becomes a better Altaria. my god, everyone is freaking, why is, mind you, I do things more balanced. I'm happy with the fact that Dragon's not so overpowered and we do have Fairy type, but I'm just trying to like level up some Pokemon. Okay, you level up. Aridos, do you have Wonder Guard? Do you want to have Wonder Guard? Do you have Clear Body? I think that's the same thing. Okay, I'm gonna level up until all my Pokemon cannot gain any more levels because I'm not trying to risk anything. I lost way too many Pokemon right now. And I think that to me is inherently depressing. I am saddened, I am depressed, and I don't know what else to do. And now Butler needs to go heal up a bit because I'm not trying to risk another biscuit. But yeah, with this in mind, I think one of the saddest things that's happening is that whenever people talk about Squid Games itself, saying how Season 2 doesn't hit as hard as Season 1, how Season 3 apparently is not hitting as hard as Season 2 or Season 1. And I think the worst part in that situation is that the creator himself faced the same exact issue of what he was talking about in the TV show. Where he got something super successful, he did great on it, he made money off it, but because of the fact that he signed a potential deal, they forced him into doing a Season 2 and Season 3. The show was never, apparently, and this is what I heard, the show was never intended to have a Season 2 or Season 3. It was meant to be a Season 1 thing and he would be done to be able to progress forward. But because of the success of the show and because of how much money he raked in, they're forcing him into a situation that they force him to go out of his way to make more and more seasons. And if fairly enough, that's the American way. I think I've made this comparison a lot when it comes to British TV versus American TV. British TV shows know when to end their show. I think an incredible example of this is Fleabag. An amazing show, only 2 seasons. I'm like, damn, I wish there were more seasons. But British shows know when to end because the writer says the show's not meant to end. It's not to last any longer. With the show Lost, that show was meant to be only, I think, 2 or 3 seasons. But because of the studio, they made it 6 seasons. Squid Game is meant to be 1 season, now they're making it to 3 seasons. These are all prime examples of what happens when you make something successful in a capitalist market, which is basically make it and make it and make it until it's fully broken or no one cares about it and they call it dog shit. It's a sad cycle that we forever live in, and that is what is basically happening continuously, especially with the show Squid Games. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because I thought the show itself is always super interesting. I hope for the best that the initial reviews of it are people simply hating versus simply understanding what they're actually talking about. I never like to just hear the voices of the masses trying to criticize something because a lot of it could just be a crowd effect. And I don't think the creator of something like this, which is very much a very insightful and impacting show, talking about so many deep topics. If you notice any South Korean cinema, they always talk about they always talk about hierarchy, they always talk about power struggle, they also talk about money problems and the dynamics between the poor and the rich within South Korea. You've seen that Parasite in a lot of different movies, and I think that's what I love about the tropes of South Korea. So with that in mind, I think that's what's really super sad in this situation, because it's like people are just going to criticize the show versus understanding why the show got to this way. Why is it struggling with like the idea of going like, okay, we can't even do anything. We can't even like end the show when we intended to because of the fact that the show's successful. If we don't continue doing the show, the writers are going to get pissed, or they're going to steal our stuff anyway and just do it behind our backs. That is another common thing that always occurs. Is that if they sold the rights off the show to get some money because they were struggling. I think the dude that wrote Squid Games was struggling at one point. So for him, this was his like success, and he's like, I made it, I'm done. But he's like, no, now because you're so successful, they want more out of you. And it's like, that literally is the same perpetuation that the show was talking about. He was in a financial struggle. He didn't know what to do when it came to like the TV show. He was trying to sell the show for over 9 years, and they kept on saying no to him until they finally said yes. And in doing so, you see that he himself is almost like symbolic, is almost like symbolically his main character. He is the main character. The same person that is struggling with the idea of success. Where yes, he's successful, but at what cost? He's now doing 3 seasons of a show that was only meant to be 1 season. And I'm like, damn, that's kind of crazy to think about, honestly. I think it's really cool to go like, okay, this is really something to think about. I gotta see something. It is physical, okay, I was crazy. But yeah, I'm excited. If you haven't seen Squid Game, sorry that I spoiled it for you. If you haven't seen Squid Game Season 2, I'm sorry that I potentially spoiled it for you. But there's Season 3 happening regardless, so the spoiler was the fact there was a Season 3. And because there's a Season 3, you have to very much mentally prepare yourself that nothing's going to happen in Season 2. It's kind of like the build-up. Let's see how we do against man over here, Watson. I think that's his name. Yes, Watson. Okay. This should be an easy match just with the magnitudes. If I'm ever scared, I can just nope. I can hypnosis apparently. Can I hypnosis? Okay, I might lose here. Okay, I should be able to live. Yo, can you like, okay, you know what? Fuck it, it's fine. You can't do shit to me now. Yeah, I got a no, not dark type. I got a ground type now. What's up? What's up? Yo, you're gonna roll out on me? That's fine. Yo, don't miss! Yeah, I'm gonna stop that shit. I'm not dealing with the rollouts piling up on me like that. Whew. Okay, I'm not gonna risk the biscuit right now. Okay, perfect. Explosion, I don't need that. Overheat. Let's go! Take that, Watson. You ain't a weeb wobble. You ain't nothing. I whooped you. And I think that will be it for today. Let's see what Watson gave me. Shockwave. Can anyone learn Shockwave? I love how you can learn Shockwave, but that's not a physical move, idiot. I always hated the fact that you can learn special moves on strictly physical type Pokemon. That's never made sense to me. I don't think I lost anyone in that battle. Yeah, I did not. Well, thank you so much. This has been Not For Real, though. I definitely think you need to watch some Squid Games. I think it's a great show. Super entertaining. But also very dark. So if you do get affected by a lot of dark shit, maybe avoid it. I have a friend of mine who's not able to watch season 3 because she saw a spoiler and she said it's going to be too fucked up for her. So I'm going to be watching it in her stead to make sure that she understands what happens in it without dealing with the repercussions of how brutal the show actually is. Now y'all have a good day now. Peace.